Most of people think about him like he's untouchable, or he's unstoppable, or he has enough power to beat super heavyweights. Sometimes it's funny. You thought I had a weak punch?
No. You can hit, man. Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas here with Dmitry Bivol, right in the middle of his training camp for his Canelo Alvarez fight coming up on DAZN pay-per-view in Las Vegas. Dmitry, I saw you train a little bit. You told me it was a light day, but still working very hard. Let fans know how camp is going at this point for yourself.
Camp is going well, like my last camps, like every time. Everything is good. You see, we have a good gym. Thank you for this gym, Joel and Tony Diaz. Fine.
Looking at you at the bag, I was surprised by the power that you have. You can really crack. In terms of using that in the fight, how do you think your power is going to play a role in this fight with Canelo, who's also known as a big puncher?
Что он говорит? Говорит,
Он
сюрприз.
был удивлен, насколько жестко ты бьешь, как бы, то есть он не ожидал, что ты так сильно бьешь, то есть ты считаешь,
You thought I had a weak punch?
No. You can hit, man. I was surprised though. I always knew, but like when you're here watching, that's when you could really notice.
Of course, I have a good power because I'm light heavyweight and I have 19 wins, and I have a power, but I didn't use it every time. I don't use it every time. If I see I could punch harder, I use my power. But sometimes, but most of the fight, I like to more boxing and looking for to use my skills and looking for to hit the big punch.
With this fight, do you want to use your power against Canelo, or do you want to show your boxing skills?
Of course, I will use my every good sides, the power, speed, movements, everything I should use. If I see I could hit him harder, I will do it.
Because I'm thinking you're the bigger guy, he's the smaller guy coming up a division. We saw him against Sergey Kovalev, and a lot of people in that fight said Sergey played it too safe. He tried to box and he didn't use his size, didn't use his power.
Yes, I am bigger, but not big like Sergey Kovalev. Yeah, and I think we similar size with Canelo, because I don't lose too much weight in light heavyweight division. But what about Sergey Kovalev? We all knows, because he said that he didn't have enough time to preparation. He was empty after his last fight, and he took fight against Canelo, and he didn't. Он не был уверен в своих силах на все 12 раундов.
he wasn't really confident in his ability to go all 12 rounds. That's why he kind of like doubted himself, because the previous fight was so close, you know, and he didn't have time to recover.
Yeah, stamina was a big thing, and it's been a big thing for the past opponents against Canelo, because he's walked them down and wore them out. Kovalev, Caleb Plant got tired. He had an excellent game plan, but he didn't have the power or the stamina to be able to win the fight.
Yeah, of course you have a good power to stop your opponent in the early rounds. If you don't have enough power, he will come to you every time, keep coming, and he will eat you. And if you have enough power, силу ты можешь использовать тогда, когда у тебя есть уверенность в своих физических кондициях, да, в своей выносливости.
Yeah, you can use your power when you're confident in your abilities to, you know, to keep that same energy for the whole fight. Of course, if people are doubting themselves, that's when they're keeping the, you know, the energy, you know, for the later rounds.
I would imagine with this fight, do you want to take more risk? Like you can't play it safe with Canelo, right?
Of course, this is fight against the best fighter in the world against, and you have used everything, and you have risk every time when you see it. Not sometimes, every time when you see, you have to go on the risk. Go on the risk, yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people have said that you play it safe a lot in the fights. Do you think that's fair? And do you think with this fight, do you want to take that same approach, or you know, like, hey, I have to go all in. I have to take these big risks. I have to be the aggressor. I have to pressure.
Oh, in this fight, of course, I will more risks. Yeah, because opponent is better. Yeah, you know, he move forward. This is my chance to show all people my skills, and if I wanna show my skills, I have to go on the risks. And
When you look at that fight that he had at light heavyweight against Sergey Kovalev, what'd you make of Canelo at light heavyweight? What'd you think of how he performed?
yeah, he was looking good in light heavyweight, but it was only one fight against Kovalev, who was a little bit tired after his life. But I think he has enough abilities, yeah, for light heavyweight, because he's undisputed 168. It means he's ready for light heavy.
When you look at this fight, you see that Canelo's smaller, but he's skillful. But do you think that the size is going to be too much for him in this fight, because you're a guy that's equally as skilled? Or what do you think makes the difference in this fight?
Что типа?
Когда ты смотришь на него, он выглядит меньше, как меньший парень в ринге, но он настолько обученный, ловкий. То есть ты считаешь, что, но ты на таком же уровне по навыкам, как и он, или, может быть, ты считаешь, что выше, то есть будет ли это решающим в бою?
Who has a better навыки? Это как? Skills. Who has a better skills? It's interesting question for me. This is why I'm excited for this fight, because I wanna проверить, типа, I wanna check my skills against I wanna challenge myself against the best fighter. But about size, it doesn't mean, because most of my fights I was smaller than my opponents. It's not a big deal who is bigger. It's more who has more skills, boxing skills.
Now, when you see like what Canelo is, everyone says, you know, he pound for pound #1, big puncher. Do you think this is the most dangerous fight of your career, the hardest fight of your career, and you see Canelo as the guy with the most skills that you've ever faced in your career?
Of course, he has a good power. He has a good skills, but most of people think about him like he's untouchable, or he's unstoppable, or he has enough power to beat super heavyweights. Sometimes it's funny to to hear about him from people. But first of all, he's a good fighter, but he's a man, and he had lost and draw. It means if you believe in your skills, if you are a good boxer, you could make him one more loss.
I would imagine you saw the Mayweather fight, you saw the Golovkin fight, the first and the second one. What can you take from those fights? Have you taken anything from those fights to incorporate into this fight?
Yes, of course. I watched these fights. It was different fights against Mayweather and against Golovkin. Mayweather just was Mayweather. He was um, he was more. He was better in speed, and he had the more boxing qualities, skills. Yeah, and about Golovkin was more confident, I think, in their first fight, and I thought Golovkin should win that first fight. Yeah, it was close, but Golovkin, I think, was better. It's just for me. It's only my opinion. It's nothing. It's only my opinion.
What do you think of him already signing to fight Golovkin while he still has you to fight?
Что думаешь о том, что он уже подписал бой с этим?
Doesn't matter for me. I'm glad that I have this fight. It means a lot for me. It's enough for me. I have a chance. Everything depends on me.
Seriously, guys, I don't want talking for these guys. No, just for this team, for this situation. This is
If you beat Canelo, have you thought about what you want to do next, or what that would mean for you?
I don't think about what will be on the next day after fight. I'm living only till May 7. I just have to do my job. I just have to do good job, and we will see what will be.
You spoke to Sergey Kovalev. He, of course, fought Canelo back in 2019, got a knockout. Well, he was knocked out, but he was winning on one of the cards, and he was doing well boxing. I know you guys spoke, and you talked a little bit about it, but what did he tell you? How often do you talk to him about this fight?
Что он сказал мне, да?
Что он тебе посоветовал? Как часто вы общаетесь? То есть,
We don't speak often, but he said, Dmitry, you can beat him. Believe me, you can beat. Don't типа не перетренируйся, как бы тренируйся как обычно, не надо выпрыгивать из штанов, типа, ну.
The point is not to overdo in this preparation. Like the Canelo is a human being. That's pretty much what he's saying. Just train like for another fight. Don't take it. Don't overrate
И не надо
his
его
abilities.
переоценивать. Не переоценивай, это ты
Do not
всем.
overrate Canelo's abilities. He's a fighter. He's a regular fighter.
Yeah, we spoke to him, and he believes in you. He thinks you really can win.
I believed in him when he was fight against Canelo. I really believed him, and for my score, he was winning. he was winning until he got a punch. Yeah. But this is boxing. This is why I love boxing. It could stop in any second.
Happy for Dmitry that he has a great opportunity because he's right now rested. Didn't fight a long time. He has power, energy, not tired. Because like have had enough time for rest, for preparation, for everything. To get victory over Canelo. My advice to him was just believe in himself and not like overrated him. That's because if you overrate somebody, because I had already like a couple times of this experience, when you overrate it, like you will kill you by self in the training camp, in the gym. And just stay yourself. Stay yourself and be sure in your skills, in your boxing school. What you did, everything, and we'll see. He needs great defense and more jab. And listen. Even through everything is possible. Just need to believe in yourself.
Do you think he's more skillful than you, or do you feel you're the more skillful fighter when you compare yourself and him on paper?
Как?
Ты считаешь, когда ты смотришь как навык за навык, ты считаешь, что ты более обученный боец или у Канело больше трюков, там, типа такого, больше навыков?
Скажи, что я, если честно, не считал навыки, да, у кого больше их, но явно у меня есть те навыки, которые могут мне помочь выиграть этот бой. И также у него есть навыки, которыми он может выиграть бой. Просто зависит от того, кто как их подготовит к этому бою и кто как к ним будет готов.
So honestly, I never counted the skill for skill stuff and like that, but he's very good at what he does. I'm very good at what I'm doing, and we both have skills. And it only matters of the preparation and who's gonna prepare right for this fight. I believe that I have all the skills that is necessary to beat him. I believe that I have all these skills, and I just need to prepare properly for the fight and be ready.
Yeah, let us know a little bit about the preparation. Nothing's changed. Everything the same, or you are incorporating new things in training for this fight?
Типа ничего не изменилось, да?
Все то же самое или что-то поменялось в подготовке?
You know, every camp is different because different sparring partners, different places, different people around you, different другое разное время года, типа.
It's time of the year, the difference too.
Yeah, it's every camp is different, but но главное, в принципе, методика, она как бы примерно та же остается.
Yeah, but the basic model of our preparation is always the same. We're always same team, like we have the same plan, same goals. It's just the change of opponents, sparring partners, and the place where we're training. Of course, we're also depending on the weather, and stuff like that. So, but the basic is the same.
Canelo, when he fights in Vegas, I know a lot of past opponents have felt that they can't get a fair shake if a fight goes to decision with them. Do you agree with that? Is that on your mind coming into this fight at all?
No, it doesn't matter about типа про
Да, что типа ему всегда говорят, что чуть-чуть помогают в Вегасе.
For me, doesn't matter. I have 12 rounds to fight him, and if I do my job good, I win. It doesn't mean about judge or something else. I just wanna do good to myself inside of me. If I feel I win, people will see it.
When you play the fight in your mind, how do you see it? Do you see like a tactical fight? Do you see you coming forward? Do you see Canelo coming forward and you moving around? Like, how do you envision it?
To be honest, I don't vision it now. It's too early. If you will vision every day before the fight, you just burn it.
Because I know a lot of fighters do a lot of visualization for their fights.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes I do it, but not too much. It's not from first round until 12. No, just sometimes some combinations I do, and I think, oh, I can use it in the fight, or just like that.
So May 7th is the date. The fight's going to happen, right? Because I saw things on Twitter saying that maybe not, but you're confident nothing's going to happen. We're going to have a fight on May 7th.
Yeah, I'm confident and I believe it will be, and I'm ready.
You're ready.
Yeah.
What do you make of the Klitschko saying that the fight shouldn't be allowed to happen? Do you think that's fair?
All their career, I was support them. Я болел за них, support them.
He was cheering for them during all their career, supporting them.
I like their boxing because they use a lot of jabs. I just support them, and I think I wish them only the best and respect for their career. But I'm not a politician, and I think sport and politics, it's different things, and it's really sad when former sportsmen, former athletes to shake the sport and politics or something else. They know it. Sport, it's different.
You guys have nothing to do with that. As athletes, yeah.
Of course. Of course. Of course, sport it should unite people. Yeah.
Very true. Last question for you, Dmitry. Why do you think you win this fight? And what makes you win this fight?
Because I'm in boxing since I remember myself. I won most of my fights in amateur career, in pro career. I have a lot of experience, but not enough pro experience like Canelo, but a lot of amateur experience. I have 283 fights, and I believe in my skills. My team believe in me, and
My prime.
what?
In my prime.
I just believe, and I can do it. Why not? I'm the champion in light heavyweight division. He's from another division. I just believe in my skills.
You got power and you got a good jab.
I have enough to win this fight. I believe it.
All right, Dmitry, hey man, good catching up with you. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Here with Dmitry Bivol takes on Canelo Alvarez coming up May 7th.
I like Mexican style.